Have you ever wondered how a troubled young man grew to become one of the most influential figures in civil rights history? Our journey begins in the early life of Malcolm Little, who would later be known as Malcolm X. Born in Omaha, Nebraska, Malcolm's childhood was marked by adversity. His father, a Baptist minister and avid supporter of Black nationalist leader Marcus Garvey, was allegedly murdered by white supremacists when Malcolm was just 6 years old. Following his father's death, his mother's mental health deteriorated, leading to her institutionalization. Deprived of a stable family life, Malcolm drifted into a life of crime. He moved to Boston, then New York, engaging in drug dealing, gambling, racketeering, robbery, and even pimping. His unlawful activities eventually led to his arrest and imprisonment at the age of 20. In prison, Malcolm X embarked on a journey that would forever change his life and the course of history. Locked within prison walls, Malcolm Little found a new path that led him to become Malcolm X. During his sentence, he was introduced to the teachings of Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam. This encounter sparked a profound transformation. Leaving behind his past as Malcolm Little, he took on the new name Malcolm X to symbolize his lost African identity. Malcolm X quickly rose within the ranks of the Nation of Islam, his charisma and eloquent speeches resonating with many African Americans. As a gifted orator and passionate advocate, he fervently pushed for Black empowerment and racial justice. His message was one of self-reliance, self-respect, and self-defense. His close relationship with Elijah Muhammad, the leader of the Nation of Islam, significantly influenced his ideologies. However, as Malcolm X's popularity grew, so did the rifts within the organization. Despite his soaring popularity, tensions within the Nation of Islam began to escalate. As Malcolm X's views evolved, he found himself at odds with the very organization that had shaped him. A pilgrimage to Mecca in 1964 was a turning point. Here, Malcolm saw Muslims of all races living in harmony, challenging his belief in racial separatism. Inspired, he returned to the United States with a fresh perspective on race and equality. He broke away from the Nation of Islam and established the Organization of Afro-American Unity, advocating for Black rights, but no longer preaching racial segregation. However, his new direction was not without consequences. Malcolm's split from the Nation of Islam was acrimonious, leading to public disputes and threats. His philosophy of racial harmony and unity threatened the status quo, making him a target. On February 21, 1965, his life was tragically cut short when he was assassinated while delivering a speech in New York City. In the midst of his transformation, tragedy struck. Malcolm X's life was cut short, but his voice continues to echo through the years. His sudden departure shocked the world, leaving a void in the fight for racial equality. Yet his death also sparked a renewed commitment to the struggle for justice and equality. Malcolm X's influence on the civil rights movement was profound. His advocacy for Black nationalism and economic independence resonated with many who felt marginalized and unheard. His unwavering dedication to truth and justice inspired a generation to rise up and demand their rights. In the years following his death, Malcolm X's teachings have continued to inspire. His speeches are studied in classrooms, his life story is told in books and films, and his message of equality and justice reverberates in the actions of activists around the globe. Malcolm X's life was a testament to transformation, resilience, and the power of speaking truth to power.